Hello guys. Welcome back. Today we are going to discuss how Arraylist works internally in Java. Did you know that Arraylist internally uses ArrayOfObjects class to store its objects? Arraylist is a resizable array implementation of the list interface. Let us understand how elements are stored. The ArrayOfObjects class is defined as transient object element data. Now you must be wondering why transient? Arraylist provides custom read object and write object that do a better job of serialization than the default. Let us discuss how an array list is created. Public array list int initial capacity. Let us understand the code inside the array list class. Public ArrayList int initial capacity. If initial capacity greater than 0, this element data equals new object initial capacity. Else if initial capacity equals 0, this element data equals empty element data. Else throw new illegal argument exception illegal capacity plus initial capacity. Here empty element data is defined as private static final object empty element data equals. This explains that if provided capacity is greater than 0, then the element data array will be created with that capacity. Provided capacity is 0, then element data array is initialized with an empty object array. In that case, ArrayList will grow when first element is added. The default constructor public ArrayList. In this case, the default constructor is used. ArrayList code is public ArrayList. This element data equals default capacity empty element data. So we can see, initially it will be initialized with an empty array, it will grow only when first element is added to the list. Public ArrayList, collection C. We use this constructor when we want to construct a list containing the elements of the specified collection. The code in ArrayList class is element data equals arrays.copy of element data size object.class. Here it checks for the length of the collection passed as parameter. greater than 0, then arrays.copy of method is used to copy the collection to the element data array. Now, we will be looking how Arraylist grows dynamically. When an element is added to an array list, it first verifies whether it has that much capacity in the array to store a new element or not. In case there is not, then the new capacity is calculated, which is 50% more than the old capacity, and the array is increased by that much capacity. So internally, a new array list is created with size 1.5 times the current size, and the data from the old array is copied to this new array. Let us see how an element is removed. An element can be removed from an array list using either remove int i.e using index or remove object o. A gap created by the removal of an element has to be filled in the underlying array. That is done by shifting any subsequent elements to the left. System.ArrayCopy method is used for that. System.ArrayCopy elements data, index +1, elements data, index, num moved. Here index +1 is the source position and index is the destination position. Since elements at the position index is removed, so elements starting from index +1 are copied to destination starting from index. Brief points to note. Internally, Arraylist class uses an array of object class to store its elements. Arraylist is a resizable array implementation of the list interface. Default capacity is 10. Remember that internal working of Arraylist is an important interview topic.